Quick message. How often do you pray about things and ask God about things? Because with this whole situation with the 20-year-old and the 13-year-old, when I finally prayed about it and asked God about it, one of the things that the Spirit led me to say is we're not using spiritual words. We're just using words. And if we were using more spiritual words, we wouldn't be so divided in our thoughts. The fact that we say fast ass little girl instead of low self esteem, low self worth, and low self value, which are all things that we know can lead to misrepresenting ourselves. The reason we don't use those words because we're trying to make this a their problem instead of our problem. Because low self esteem, low self worth, and low self value are things that adult women and men alike all suffer from. Um, we're using words like right and wrong instead of using words like obedience and disobedience, sin, transgressions. We're just talking. We're not using any words, any spiritual words to describe what we see. And the truth of the matter is, if we took a moment to think about fruit of the Spirit, modesty. Modesty can be categorized in the way you dress, the way you behave, and the way you talk. None of us talk modest, none of us behave modest, and none of us dress modest enough to point fingers at anyone. And that's why our children suffer. Chastity. Chastity just means keeping yourself to yourself. None of us practice it. None of us wait till we're married. None of us are even saying that even when you become an adult, still keep yourself until you find the right person, this and that. We ain't doing what we want to do. So the lack of spiritual influence on the way we think shows up in our children. And we want to make them singular, but we need to be leading by example. So I think if all of us put a little bit more spiritual words in our conversations, we wouldn't be able to point fingers or defend anybody because we're all guilty. One body in Christ. We are all guilty of sin and disobedience, the lack of modesty and the lack of chastity. The lack of long suffering ain't no fruit of the Spirit nowhere, and ain't nobody even talking about it. So we can't tell our children nothing until we get it for ourselves. So put some more spiritual words on your conversation, and you'll find out you need